Hi, it's Steffi from Steffi's Beads and Baubles, and I wanted to show you a cute little Thanksgiving, could be worn during Halloween as well, pin made out of chenille strips and tinsel strips, basically pipe cleaners. That's what I call them. And then little bows and pin backs. And it's very simple. You just need the pipe cleaners in your color choice. This gold one here is really unique. Let me show it to you. This was in a bag I found at Hobby Lobby not long ago. And they have I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but they have a different texture than a normal. They look like a normal pipe cleaner, but they're not as fluffy, they're denser. But then they have tinsel on top of them. Very weird, and I might have to get another bag if they still have them, because I absolutely love them. So on this one, I use regular pipe cleaners. These are vintage pipe cleaners, probably 30, 40 years old, that I bought online years ago from somebody that I think bought out an old vintage maybe craft shop, because I got 40 boxes of vintage pipe cleaners for $1 a box. It was amazing. It's either 30 or 40. I think it was 30 boxes. So I have this gold, I have a brown, I have an orange, and then the tinsel one is a newer one from Hobby Lobby. And you just see it peeking through, just a little bit of tinsel. This one has that new one from Hobby Lobby, and then a brown and orange. Now those are vintage, but you can buy those colors, and they're just as good. And so I've got one just to show you what the ring looks like when you're done. And then here's one with no tinsel in it. You can see it's just as pretty. That tinsel adds that little tiny bit of glitz to it. Just kind of gives it a little fun. But you don't need it. This is just as cute, and if you're only wearing it for Thanksgiving, or these are great if you're going to Thanksgiving dinner somewhere and you want to bring a hostess gift. You can put this on a package, like if you're bringing a bottle of wine or you're bringing some dessert, you can put this on the package, and they're so inexpensive and fun to make that you could hand out a bunch of these and they won't cost you hardly anything, because you're just using 4 pipe cleaners, a pin back, and whatever ribbon you choose. And I've got some gold ribbon here, and then these are actually, and I did a video showing this, I don't know if this video will be up before you see this, but seam binding, vintage seam binding that you can pick up usually for 25 cents a package in pretty much any color. And I did an orange and a brown. So let me show you how to make these. And so you're going to take these pipe cleaners, arrange them in the pattern that you want, which I want to have the glitter orange tucked in next to the regular orange. And now you got to hold them really carefully, because they will try to cross over. And you're going to get them started on the pencil. You're going to take any round item. It can be a pencil, a knitting needle, whatever you got that's round. You don't want a faceted edge. You kind of want just a round, smooth edge. Now it's hard to get going, but once you get that first turn, it's real easy after that. And you're gonna get poked a little bit too. You're just gonna keep turning and hold them tight, because they will try to cross on you. And just keep going. You'll get poked a few times until you get past that area. You're just gonna keep turning, turning, turning. And it's real easy, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. I still fight with it when I first start, because it's hard to get it going sometimes. Now when you get to the end, you're going to have, isn't that weird how you end up with so much at the end of the orange and the glitter orange. So I just cut them all the same length like that, and then I go to the front, and those are usually the same way. You're going to have 2 way out there, longer than the other 2, and just the other, but it's the opposite ones, obviously, because at the beginning they're going to be longer and at the end. Okay, now once you get that done, you're going to twist it around. Now the pins are a little bit harder to do than, say, gluing it on the cards for any other projects I've shown you, but you just got to twist it and turn it, and then kind of tangle them together at the top. You kind of want to get them to hook together somewhat, as best you can. It's sometimes hard to do, but you want to kind of tangle them up as best you can. Get them to hold just long enough to get that glue on there for your pin back. And you want that to be the front, because you want this the edges to be on the back. Then you're going to take a little, you're going to get your pin back. I had a pin back. What did I do with it? Here we go. I'll put a dot of glue across this back area. Right here. Okay. You put your pin back on there. And if you want to catch those ends just a tiny bit on the top there, it won't, you're going to go over the top of the holes just a little bit, and that's a good time to catch those little bits to kind of hold them down. And then you're going to go around to the front and finish kind of tweaking it out. Oh, don't put your finger in the glue like I just did. Okay, that was funny. So let's do that again. So we're going to reapply the glue that I so easily smeared off with my finger. Okay. You don't want it too thick, but you just want a little bit on the holes and just right above to hold those pieces down. And let it go dry for a minute. And then all you're going to do at that point, once it's dry, is you're going to figure out where you want your bow. And see, it doesn't look real perfect up top, but guess what? The bow's going to hide that. You're going to go right in the middle of your pin back, and you're going to put that bow on there. Right there. And that hides anything you don't want people to see. And now you've got a cute little pin. Now if you don't like the big bow, then you can do it with a small bow. Well, here's one that's already done. I won't look for a new pin back. I'll just show you how you can put a different size bow on there. You can put the smaller gold bow on there like that. If that's what you prefer, you can also use an orange like this. I don't usually use silver because I want the warmer colors for autumn. But you can put gold, you can put yellow, you can put brown. You have these thin ones you can use, and you can use the ones that are just a little thicker than these. These are 1/8. You could do like a 2/8. Just that little bit wider. You can use the bigger ribbon like this too, but I find that this is about as wide, and that might be this width. No, that's just a little bit. I'd say this is the width that looks the best, unless you're going to go with the lace. And I really like the look of the lace. But what I would say, if you have pipe cleaners, and you have ribbon, and you have pin backs, use what you got. Now, even if you have to go buy the pipe cleaners, they're like $1 a package. So, is it $2 a package? I don't know, but use your coupon and you can bring a friend and you can get a couple packages cheap, and you might be able to get a multi-pack with like autumn colors in it, but you can use any colors. But brown and orange and yellow are really good choices. You could use just the brown and the orange. You could, like I said, you can add the glitter trim or not. I really think it adds to it. This one, it shows up better because this one, it got kind of woven into the inside. Now this one doesn't have the pin back on it, but what a fun gift. It's very inexpensive. You can make, if you buy 4 packs, you got 400 pipe cleaners. So for $8 at the most, and if you can get a couple coupon pieces, then you can cut that down. But even for the full $8, you're getting 100 of these pins. That's a lot. Then you can pick up pin backs pretty cheap. And Hobby Lobby has their findings on sale at least once a month, but you can use a coupon on those as well. And get a bigger bag, or, you know, you can even get online and sometimes find them pretty cheap. I just cut off any loose bits of glue that I don't like. I've been having trouble with these scissors today. I think they're on their way out. I think this was my first pair when I started my channel. I got a little bit of glue to pick off on there, but Anyway, a lot of fun. A nice, inexpensive gift, especially if you have a job and you want to give them to your coworkers. You could, if you're going to make cookies for I keep saying Valentine's Day. For Thanksgiving, I usually do that with Halloween. Don't ask me why. I get those two mixed up, and I don't know why. I guess because they both involve candy. But if you make up cookies for Thanksgiving, this is a cute thing to put on top when you give them their cookies. So, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you could understand my babbling. I've got two, and then like I said, there's the one just done without the tinsel, and it's perfectly cute too. And these are things you don't have to worry about losing if you're going away for the holidays. It's a piece of jewelry you can take with you and not worry about. Another fun thing to do with these is if you make up a bunch, if you go out to dinner on Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving, if you have a female server, they're a lot of fun to leave on the table with your tip. And they seem to really appreciate it. As long as you give them a tip with it. Don't give it to them as a tip. But I've always kept pins in my purse when I make them and give them away with the tip during the holidays. And I've always gotten positive feedback on it. They've always enjoyed it and appreciate it because they like to wear things to work. So another idea of what you can do with them. But thank you so much, and I will be back soon. Bye.